Ready, I'm going to start the story. So tonight's story is about anything you like, but certainly not aliens. No, we're going to not have anything except paying attention to Daddy's story. What would you like the story about? Not aliens?
Yes.
What, you want a story about aliens?
Yes,
but aliens are too scary.
What's his name?
E.T.?
Can you tell the story about E.T.?
About an alien called E.T., all right.
It's funny.
Once upon a time,
Very funny, right?
a flying saucer came down from space. And some very nice aliens came out of the flying saucer and started walking around in the night in the woods.
But the fun of E.T. is to stand up here. Listen, his friend come.
But guess what happened?
Yes.
There were some bad men who had seen the flying saucer come down and they wanted to get the aliens. So they came into the woods to look for the aliens. Poor E.T. had to go and hide. And while he was hiding, the flying saucer took off with all his friends, leaving poor E.T. behind. Poor E.T. didn't know what to do. So he went down to the town and found a garden shed, and he went in the shed. Now a little boy who'd been out to get a pizza heard a noise in the shed and threw a ball in the shed, and E.T. threw it back. The little boy was very frightened and went to tell his friends and his brother. They all laughed at him and thought he was being silly. Anyway, the next night, he stayed out all night in the garden looking for E.T. to come, and eventually E.T. did come. He tempted him by putting down M&M chocolates on the floor, which E.T. followed and picked them up and gave them back to him. Then, little by little, he tempted E.T. into the house again by putting down the chocolates on the floor, and E.T. went into the little boy's bedroom. And slowly but surely they became good friends, because when the little boy tapped his nose, E.T. tapped his nose. When he rubbed his nose, E.T. rubbed his nose. When he touched his ear, E.T. touched his ear. When he wiggled his finger, E.T. wiggled his finger. They connected. They did the same thing together. Eventually, the little boy told his big brother. His big brother didn't believe him. Just laughed at him, thought he was imagining it. But when the brother turned around and opened his eyes, there was the alien. The brother was very terrified, but soon became not frightened when he saw the alien was actually friendly. Then the little boy's little sister came in. She was very small. When she saw the alien, she screamed. She screamed. And the alien screamed.
Because he's dead.
But afterwards she became more friendly with the alien, and she taught him to speak. Then the alien explained to the children that he wanted to go home. He said, E.T. phone home. He wanted to make a telephone call back to where he lived in space. And he started to build a communications device like a telephone, except it was one made for communicating with outer space. And eventually it was ready, and he sent a message back to his spaceship in space. Now, the bad men were still looking for E.T., so they put him on the back of the bike and rode him up into the sky, flying on their bicycles. And they took E.T. to where his spaceship was going to land. E.T. waved goodbye to the children, got in the spaceship and flew off to his homeland way in the distant galaxies. And the children waved bye-bye to him, and he was crying, E.T. was crying, and the children were crying. Everyone was sad to see him go. And the people on Earth who wanted to capture E.T. had lost their chance. Now, would you like to have a little alien hiding in your cupboard?
Yes, I want to befriend the alien.
And what would you do to keep him happy? Would you play music to him to keep him happy?
His head will pop.
Oh, yeah, you better not put music on. His head would go pop, wouldn't it?
No, I love E.T., but he's a friendly alien.
Okay, and what would you feed your alien?
But I don't have any M&Ms.
Well, must be something you can feed him with. What do you think he would like to eat?
He eats. But I can't. But I will give something to in the kitchen. But can you help me? But I need Mommy to help me finding food. And Mommy will give it to me, and will give it to
E.T.
E.T.
So you'd like us to get some food for you, and you'll give it to E.T. Would you tell Mummy and Daddy you've got an alien in your room?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good boy. Would you tell anybody else?
Yes.
Who?
I will tell also Karina.
Yes.
Also, my friends at the crash.
You'd tell Marcel at the creche. How old is Marcel?
Also, I don't know.
Is he the same age as you?
No,
Is he bigger or smaller?
he's bigger.
Okay, so you're 3.5, maybe he's 4. And if you had an alien, would you help him build a telephone to phone home?
Can we with glasses? Maybe can see. Let's see, can you start from my book?
All right.
I put the glasses on. I put them down so you can see.
And that's the end of the story.